In Lexington County, that's where Springdale residents are on high alert because of an alligator in their neighborhood pond. News 19's Rachel Ripp shares how they're reacting and what steps they're taking.
He's a charmer. Come on, Missy. And you see the mess that the geese make.
Jeff Lee has lived at Shadblow Estates in Springdale with his 3 Chihuahua mixes the last 20-some years. They live right next to a pond that's part of 6 Mile Creek, connected to the Congaree Swamp. And over the course of the last few days, they've made acquaintance with a not-so-welcome visitor.
I went down to the island to check on the geese that were out there, and they took off. And when they did, the alligator was sunning on the other side, and he rolled into the water.
A gator that looks to be about 6 feet long. I saw it in person. Jeff says the gator seems shy, but he's still concerned for his pups.
At some point, it's going to be big enough and its appetite is going to get heartier, and I don't want my kids, my dogs, becoming a meal.
He says surrounding neighbors have young kids. Another neighbor, also on the pond, Kevin Key, says reaching out to the Department of Natural Resources has not helped with any rehoming possibility. DNR says in part, quote, "Most alligators under 6 feet do not usually require any action except in emergency situations. Also, we can only issue removal permits to the property owner," end quote.
The pond is all owned by, it's private property owned by the houses surrounding the pond. We have a homeowners association, but still each homeowner has their own rights to the property.
In other words, this gator isn't making enough ruckus to be removed. Another pond resident, Megan Stanley, agrees. She says in part, quote, "If he becomes a problem, then we can always reevaluate. But in the meantime, he's just doing his gator thing," end quote. So for now, Frank stays. Reporting in Springdale, Rachel Ripp, News 19, WLTX.
Now, if that gator moves away from the pond, perhaps to a nearby street or bridge, then it could be removed. But for now, as you heard, the gator is not considered to be a nuisance. However, if you see it, DNR says it is best just to keep your distance.